Ever spent 12 minutes bouncing between verification pings, cookie banners and a quiz about your favorite emoji, only to close the tab and question your life choices? Now here is the twist. The companies draining your battery with moonshot AI budgets are the same ones whose welcome mats still feel like DMV forms from 1997. Stick around because in the next few minutes we'll peel back the glossy keynote slides and see why even trillion-dollar giants trip on the very first step and how you can stop tripping with them. So first colossal misfire, the collect-it-all obsession. Meta's threads burst onto the scene last summer with a sign-up that looked effortless. Tap once, put your Instagram profile, done. Except that behind the curtain it quietly force-followed every single creator you'd ever double-tapped, then dropped you into an infinite feed of late-night meme dumps, K-pop fan camps and sponsored hydration reminders. The user thinks, cool, I know all these people, scrolls for 3 chaotic minutes and feel the cognitive noise of Times Square at rush hour pumped onto a 5-inch screen. No wonder Sensor Tower clocked threads at 44 million daily actives on July 7, only to watch that crater below 14 million by July 21st, a 70% slide in exactly 14 days. When every swipe screams, look at everything, the brain replies, I'd rather not. What really happened? Instead of teaching a fresh community habit, Threads stuffed the funnel with an overfed following graph borrowed from a different social contract. Instagram is visual vanity, Threads was pitched as conversation. Those aren't interchangeable Lego bricks, they are entirely different playsets. By day 2, your timeline felt like the family group chat plus every brand account you forgot to mute, all yelling into the same echo chamber. Suddenly, that sleek one-tap onboarding became a hostage situation, leave now or drown into contextless updates about your cousin's smoothie cleans. The metric that matters, session depth per new user, tanked from 6.5 minutes to under 2 in the first 72 hours. Product managers called it expected novelty decay, users called it goodbye. And here is the kicker, Meta had the data to see this coming. Instagram's own new account retention drops 30 points if the initial feed shows more than 20% ads or celebrity content. Threads pumped that ratio past 35% on day 1 because speed to scale sounded sexier than relevance. They optimized friction out of the sign-up and shoved friction into every scroll that followed. Results? How the cohort never returned after week 1 and only 8% stuck around to week 4. If the first taste of your product feels like a firehouse, the user won't ask for a smaller glass, they will walk to a different bar. Your core loop isn't import everything, it's in the next direction. Sequence curiosity, then value, then deeper value, then maybe ask for that phone number you are secretly dying to resell to marketing. Because when your opening move is give us your entire social graph, you are not onboarding, you are interrogating. And nothing kills day 1 momentum faster than feeling monetized before feeling welcome. Alright, that's just the first bruise on Big Tech's welcome parade. Wait till you see the next mistake, because this one involves a search giant, a 30-step wizard and a retention graph that looks like it fell down an elevator shaft. The beauty-pageant flow, Google's Stadia launch, should have been a press conference mid-drop. Click once, play AAA titles in Chrome, no console. Instead, new players met a showroom of animated gradients that bragged about 4K latency-free magic before letting you touch a controller. 8 glossy cards in a row flaunted text packs, influencer quotes, and a looping sizzle reel you couldn't speak. By the time the start button appeared, half the cohort had already opened Twitch to watch someone else figure it out. Amplitude data leaked by a former PM showed a 43% abandon rate right on the 5th card. The one bragging about negative input lag, whatever that means. Worse, only 11% of the survivors actually launched a game longer than 10 minutes. When an onboarding funnel feels like a marketing keynote, users smell the slide deck and bail. That's what happens when teams optimize for screenshot-worthy moments instead of time to first joy. Meanwhile, the real streaming hiccup, bandwidth detection and resolution fallback, Set 3 tabs deep in a hidden setting pane because it looked too technical for the hero flow. Users hit buffering, blamed Stadia, and churn before support could copy-paste the troubleshooting link. Leadership loved the kinematic intro. Finance hating the 90-day retention, which flatlined at 9%. And now, throw more feature syndrome. Remember when Microsoft Teams decided every newcomer needed 21 tooltips before saying hello? You open the app to join a quick stand-up. Pop up one explains together mode. Close that and a banner pitches loop components. Dismiss again. Now an animated pointer wants to demo whiteboard. Clock's ticking, your manager pings where are you and you are still sweating confetti-colored guidance chips like mosquitoes in August. Internal telemetry presented at Ignite 2025 showed meeting join time for first week users ballooned from 28 seconds to over a minute after the tooltip expansion. For daily active tenant accounts, that 60-second delay translated into a 6-point drop in satisfaction and a 2-point upstick in Zoom migrations within the same quarter. Teams responded by adding an X to close all tips at once, a band-aid that still left the underlying wound. There is no single narrative of why you are here. Feature fireworks can't replace strategic clarity, they just light up the fog. Slack's Back to Basics campaign that same year proved it. They ripped out 7 tutorial layers, kept the blinking cursor in the message box, and watched new workspace message volume jump 33% week over week. Teams built on functionality to mask confusion. Slack sharpened the reason to type GIF. Guess which curve bent upward. Big Tech loves to brag about rocket engines and then forgets the runway needs paint before takeoff. Threads flooded you with everyone you follow, Stadia dazzled you with Netflix level of hype, and Teams buried first value under a tooltip avalanche. Different logos, same root malfunction, a worship of scale and sparkle over sequential human logic. Stick around because the final third peels back that mental model and shows why every flashy misstep stems from one strategic blind spot they still refuse to patch. Here is the 40,000-foot view, no Wi-Fi required. Meta, Google, Microsoft, they all hire juniors, yet they keep rubber stamping the same onboarding phase plans. Why? Because cloning the hot thing is faster than nurturing the right thing. Because C-level OKRs scream for quarterly graphs, so product managers pray to dashboards instead of using intent. Because deadlines flow top-down like molten lava, melt the roadblock or get burnt. Every launch turns into a public demo of internal politics, not a ceremony of product truth. And somehow, no one seems surprised when it flops again. So what do we salvage from this crash site? Lesson 1. Vision beats speed. If leadership claims first mover advantage while borrowing someone else's playbook, hit pause. Pick a clear problem, articulate a distinct outcome, then sprints. Ships launched without a North Star drifts, or worse, sink. Lesson 2. Your core loop is not optional. Threads tried to jackhammer Instagram's network into a chart feed. Stadia forced a hype montage in front of game time. Teams hit join call beneath a carnival of tooltips. Strip the noise, surface the loop, and the repeat visit. Lesson 3. Copying is not strategy. Clone culture feels safe until retention numbers show you copied the wrong context. Product market fit is bespoke tailoring, not fast fashion. Want proof? Count the ghost of social clones littering the App Store's basements. If any of that helped you dodge a future slide deck lobotomy, slap the like button, subscribe, and drop your own onboarding horror story in the comments.
I remember you. I did your onboarding.
Oh, yeah.